Hey, Jeannie and Ron here with Rooted in Love Urban Homestead. Thanks for tuning in with us today. We're going to start some seed today and talk about what we're planting in our spring garden. So here on our urban homestead, we have limited space. We don't have a big field that we can plow, or we can just plant all of our vegetables and herbs in one spot. So we have different places throughout our yard that we plant. And so that's why you see the seeds are gathered in little clusters. So Ron, why don't you tell us about our tomatoes? Today we are going to be planting our seeds, and so the seeds we're going to plant today are our tomato seeds, our leek seeds, and we have some chocolate beauty peppers that we're going to plant. So Ron, tell us just real quick about the tomatoes, what tomatoes we're planting.
Okay, in our round cages we're growing the Cherokee Purple and the Arkansas Traveler. And in the new bed in the yard, we're going to have Amish paste and Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. And here's our little garden plan. It tells we are sowing our seeds today on the 5th. We're going to plant them outdoors on April 22nd. That's several days after the last frost. So yeah, this is the sheet we made up just to know what we're doing.
And if you want to download this sheet, you can go to our Etsy site, and that's linked below in the description. So just real quick, the rest of our seeds that we're going to be planting, that's going to be our green stalk, which is basically our lettuce. We're going to do some borage and some peppermint in there as well. Our bed down in the backyard, we're going to do an okra bed because okra grows really well down there. So we have 3 varieties of okra. And then we have a new raised bed we're going to put out front in the front yard. And those are what we're going to be growing, as well as these. And we have taken our sheet, and for each of the separate ones, we have listed when we need to plant and when we need to harvest according to each bed. Okay, so here is our seed planting setup. We have these great trays from Burpee, and you see their bottom water. And then we have our seed starter schedule and what we're starting, and these are the seeds that we're starting today. Okay, Ron, so what's our first step here?
So the first thing we got to do, we got to prepare our seed starting mix. I'm using the organic seed starting mix. I've dumped some in a pan. We've got to get this damp or moist before we can plant. So I'm just going to mix and add some more water and mix until it's moist all the way through. You don't want to put a bunch of super dry dirt for your seeds because they won't start. What do you think? Is that moist enough? I think so. You just want a little moisture in there. It'll soak in water from the bottom of the pan. I think that's good.
Okay.
So we've got our dirt ready to go in the trays. Don't want soil too loose or too tight. Just gently pack it down. We'll get it almost full. So I'm planting the tomato seeds. Hoping I have enough. I'll dump these out on here. Cutting it close.
Cutting it close.
There's a couple more in there.
Okay.
Come out.
That's right. Get all that goodness out. Get all the goodness out of the pack.
I think that's all.
And there's our little Cherokee Purple
so we need 8
seeds.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we're going to do 3 with just, or 4 cells with 1 seed. I'm going to put 2 seeds in these others.
So this is just the first phase of seed planting for tomatoes. Because once they get to a certain height, you transfer them to a larger container, correct?
Yes.
So if by chance all of these seeds sprout, then we can separate them out at that time.
Right.
And then if we're not going to use them, we'll give them away. Okay, so we have planted our Amish paste and Cherokee purple, and the little seeds are sitting right on top of the soil. So now what are you going to do?
So now I'm going to take some of the soil and just sprinkle a little on the top, and then pack it down just a little bit.
And that way you don't have to worry about digging teeny holes for the seeds.
So I've sprinkled a little more dirt on top of the seeds, and then I'm going to just pack it down lightly. That's going to be about 1/4 of an inch on top of the seeds. It's not a lot, just enough to cover them up. And these trays, you put water in the bottom and it will water. As soon as these sprout, I'm going to add a little fertilizer in the water just to help them along. When I tried doing that without fertilizer with this soil, they sprouted and just didn't really do anything, and I didn't know what was going on. So I know as soon as they sprout, I need to add a little fertilizer in their water.
So we finished planting the seeds in our second tray.
So when this is done, then we'll just take them and put them in the house under the grow lights. I'll start the lights in the morning when I go to work, and then turn them off in the evening before bed, so they get light for like 10 or 12 hours or more.
And we'll put water in the bottom.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, we'll go ahead and put water in the bottom now.
So here's a picture of our new bed that Ron put in yesterday, and we're going to put our Amish paste and our Sun Gold cherry tomatoes in that bed. Last year, if you remember, we had them lined up on the deck right here, but Ron decided to go ahead and build a new bed, and we're excited to see how that works.
I don't want the water super cold going on the plants or on the seeds. I'll fill it up about half full.
And then it just sets down in there.
Yeah. It's got water almost halfway. We'll kind of watch it.
All right, so this is our makeshift in our little office here. Our makeshift seed
Grow room.
grow room. So as you see, we have the lights, and right now they're kind of low.
Well, I'm going to drop them down lower.
Okay.
When the seeds sprout, you want the lights just a couple inches away from the plant.
Okay.
So this is just showing how the lights will be, but they will go down lower. I can adjust them up and down to keep the lights a couple inches away from the tops of the plants.
Okay. So as the plants grow, you have to pull the lights up.
Yes.
Okay. So here they are. All right, little seeds, do your thing. We're sending you lots of growing love. Thanks for hanging out with us today and planting some seeds with us. We hope you have a great week and you have good luck planting your seeds. May all you do be rooted in love.
See ya.